Dobrý deň, moje meno je Petra Hyblová, sledujete reláciu NAOSTRO. Mojím dnešným hosťom je argentínsky operný spevák José Cura. José, it's really nice to meet you, and I'm happy and I'm glad that you are here as my guest.
Thank you.
And I want to ask you, because I know about you that you spent time at Slovakia, at Bratislava 5 times.
5 or 6 times, yes. I
How
didn't count
you?
them, but...
Yeah, do you like Slovakia? Do you like Bratislava?
Well, I have to say what I usually say when I get these questions about many cities, and is that when you go to a city, not as a tourist, but under a job, under a contract, as a professional, then it's not that you go around in the city visiting museums and being a tourist, because it's dangerous. I mean, in 1 week I have a very important concert for the festival, and the weather is not great now, so you don't go out and just go walking, and because you can catch a cold or whatever, and then your job is in troubles. If you want to visit a city, you have to go as a tourist. So which means that normally, apart from rare exceptions, what you know as an artist of a city is the hotel and the theater.
And breakfast.
And the breakfast in the hotel. So that's as much as you know. For a question of being careful, you know. But I walked a little bit in Bratislava. When from the hotel you go to a restaurant or something, but never really visiting Bratislava. Mm-hmm. But not Bratislava, every other city.
Mm-hmm. You are famous, you are popular, you are successful artist, musician, you travel around the world, you see so many places, cities, you appear and you have so many special roles in theater. I want to ask you, what is the most difficult thing on your job?
Oops, I can give you very philosophical answers, and I can give you very silly answers. The very silly answers are the most difficult thing is when you get to a hotel and the bed is not the kind of bed you want. And then at my age, which is 60 to this year.
You look good, really good.
Thank you very much, my dear. I was fishing for compliments. You got it. At my age, you need a proper mattress when you sleep, and sometimes what seems like a joke, after being 10 or 15 days in the same place, it turns to be painful, because it's not the same to have a good sleep in the night that having a painful sleep. But this said, of course, this is a silly part of the thing. The most difficult thing is probably to be abroad, to be away from your family, from your things, from your house. I mean, this is a commonplace, what I'm saying, because it's logic. On the other hand, the fact of traveling a lot makes that every time you come home, you just want to be home, you know? Mm-hmm. Which is when you are home all the time, sometimes people get crazy because they are home all the time. So it got pro and cons.
You need some balance sometimes.
You need this balance, and but for sure, traveling all the time, working, not as a tourist, is not as fun as people thinks. People used to think, oh, you're traveling all the time and you get to great hotels and great restaurants. Yes, okay, that's okay for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. When you've done it for 40 years, as I did, then after a while it's not so fun anymore, because you are traveling for working, not for fun.
Yeah,
and that's a huge difference.
Do you feel often tired?
You feel tired, of course. It's not the kind, one has to be respectful with this kind of answers, because it's not the kind of fatigue that you can have if you work in construction or if you work in the port. I mean, that's real body fatigue. I mean, these people really work hard for their lives. We have a very privileged kind of fatigue, because you're tired because the work is big, the pressure is big, the media pressure is big, the public pressure is big, but at the end, when you finish your day, you sleep in a 5-star hotel. So there's a compensation to it, no?
Every musician maybe dreams about to appear or to be in Italian La Scala. What is the most exciting moment in your career?
Oops, I cannot tell. I mean, My dear, I started my career in 1984 as a professional. Next year would be 40 years. I had so many good ones and so many bad ones, as everybody, that I cannot point out one in my career. Would be very, very difficult to say. But many, many great moments, of course, and many difficult moments. I mean, this is a hard job. It's a dangerous job. It's a difficult job to stay on the top for so long. You know, show business is very delicate. You know, in new media, in cinema, in theater, sometimes you see actors for 2, 3, 4 years. They are at the top of the world, and then they disappear. It's a very, very tricky business. Show business is, culture is one thing. Show business is another thing. Show business is a business done with culture, but it doesn't mean that it's just culture. It's also business, and that's the very tricky part of the thing.
You said that your job is dangerous. Why?
I didn't say it's dangerous. I said that it's dangerous not as a job, but it's dangerous in the relationship with the business of the job. Okay, because you have to be very careful to balance what's necessary without being capricious, to put pressure on others to obtain good results, and not just because you are hysterical diva. You know, sometimes most of the people who behaves like a hysterical diva is because in the background they are insecure. And in this job is very delicate, because the moment you behave like that, in the minute the people understand it, and then you lose the respect of people.
You're successful in your business, in your art. How can we say? But you need, first of all, you need to have a talent. But sometimes to be talented is not enough. What have you done to be successful?
We talk a lot about talent, and we use the word talent without specifications. We just think, okay, it's a great actor, is a great conductor, is a great singer, he has talent. No, when you are great, talent is not anymore the formula. Talent is the little seed you plant, and when you become a big tree, you are not anymore that seed. You are the result of that seed. Okay, so when you say to someone with 40 years of career, oh, you have a great talent, you are virtually saying to that person, you are immature. I mean, you have great talent, but let's see what you can do. And it's not that. I mean, the talent is just the beginning. If you take care of it, if you work hard, if you train hard, if you put water every day on this little seed, and one day it grows a bit, and then a little bit more, and then a bit more, and then it becomes to be big, you need to put a stick so that the wind doesn't move it, and then eventually one day you have a tree. And if it's a fruit tree, then that tree will give fruits. And then that's the whole story of a career. So when people ask me, what's the great thing of a long career? The great thing of a long career is that you have enough time for that little seed to become a tree. And one of the problems we have today with the young generations of artists is that the seed is good. There's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of talent. But as soon as the plant is this size, the business destroyed. So we have a lot of talents that come up and down like comets, you know. And it's sad because we are losing a lot of possibilities of having great artists because the system is destroying it and destroying them. Today everything goes too fast. Our job, the artistic job, it's a very delicate one because you need at least 10 years of your life to train, at least. And then at the end of those 10 years, you have more or less some product that you can offer to the business. And then you have to start seeing if that product will be taken by the business or not. It may be yes or it may be not. So if it is a yes, then it's okay, you have a good career maybe. If it is a not, you have dedicated 10 years of your life, invested 10 years of your life, and at the end you have nothing. So this is a very, very delicate formula in the artistic business. And it's a formula that is out of fashion today, because today the young people needs results immediately. Of course,
very fast.
Yeah, of course there are a lot of exceptions. I don't want to sound like an old Matusalem or something like that. There are a lot of exceptions, but in general is quick success, quick fame, and then quick down. And that sometimes is okay, because sometimes it's quick down because the product was not good. But sometimes it's quick down and we have a great product that we are losing without giving that product the chance to become a tree.
Yeah.
And it's a pity for society.